Hello and welcome to the Daily Hits. Today's topic is something that most coaches and consultants struggle with. Now, you work so hard to get leads. You have some kind of lead gen funnel. Perhaps you're buying your leads or some kind of funnel bringing you these leads. And inevitably, if you have some kind of high ticket offer, whether it's 3, 5, 10,000 or more, one of the things that is key in becoming clients to your business from these prospective clients is really having that call. Whether it's an enrollment call or whether you call it a strategy session, discovery call, whatever you call it, this is where the crucial moments of truth happen. And what happens with these calls in general is that most consultants and coaches get on their heels. They start pitching too much, they start talking too much, and they start to dance like they need the money. And inevitably, you know what happens. And when they get to the objection stage and the natural resistance that comes up with money, well, most of these do not turn into clients. They really don't. And think about it. If you are closing, whatever your closing ratio is, whether it's 1 in 5, could be 1 in 10, it could be 3 in 10. What if you were to add 1 or 2 of these clients per month? What could that do to your revenue? Now, one of the things that I've learned over the years in these enrollment conversations has been that the preparation is so important. And not just with the process, but also your state, your emotional state. And one of the things that is so key is to have that process. Take control, maintain control, and more importantly, give them value. Have that series of questions where you're earning the right. And understand, it's about closing the closable. This is not about getting somebody to do something they don't want to do. Now, I've seen some coaches and consultants do this. They're saying, yes, I understand, I need the business, so I'm going to try to convince them. Wrong. Right? I can't put it any clearer. That is the wrong strategy, and you will repel. They will not become your client. And think about it. Even if they become your client, what do you think is going to happen? They're probably going to have buyer's remorse. You may get off your video call or your telephone call, and they may not fund. They may not buy. Or if they do, they want a refund. So it's important to have a process to really understand what they're going through, what's their biggest problem, and how can you solve it? And how are you different? What is your UVA, your unique value advantage that you can help them with? That's right. What is so unique? And how can you demonstrate that on this call? That's all they want to know. Yes, they want to know who you are to a certain extent, but more importantly, they want to know if you can help them. If you can help them solve their problem now or very soon in the near future. That's all they're looking for. And the more that you can focus on that big problem, their big challenge, their big pain, and creating urgency around that and learning about that. How does it affect them? How are they feeling? When they look in the mirror, what's looking back? How is it affecting their business? Bring that all up. Bring that all up. And that's the key. I get asked often, what are some of the best closing tactics? Some of the best closing lines? I'll tell you right now. If you do the work up front, if you connect with them, you position yourself as someone that can help them, and what I call the C3 principles. Confidence, conviction, and certainty. Yes, it begins with you. So before you get on that call, are you worried about how the call will go? Because I'll tell you, a lot of the non-verbal communication is what your prospective clients will feel, what they will see, and what they will take away from you. You can't really lie about that. As soon as you open your mouth, you will tell on yourself. Your confidence level, if you believe, if you have that confidence, if you have that conviction and that certainty that you can help them. I've had some people say, what's the X factor? I would say those C3 principles. If you can begin to build them and use a process of questions and earning the right and finding out what their big pain is. Do they have an urgency? Are they willing to pay for it? Now, price may come up, but I'll tell you something that I've learned with people that even if they don't have the money, often if it's a big urgency or a pain, they will find the money. Most of the resistance is in us. And when it comes to objection time or the price concern, most coaches and consultants just wilt like a cheap suit. That's where that C3 principle, confidence, conviction, and certainty really become apparent. Because you're plodding along in this call that usually typically lasts anywhere from 30 to 60 minutes. And if you're doing it longer than 60 minutes, what message are you giving that prospective client? Do you value your time? Are you trying to convince them? That's what they see. So everything you say, everything you do, how you structure your call, they are running an internal checklist. They are wondering what exactly you are doing, who you are, and how you can help them. Talk to you soon.